FMtraining.tv. My name is Margaret. I'll be your broadcast engineer for today. I'm here with the wonderful Nick Hunter, a senior engineer at RCSU, who has a long and storied history of being an absolutely fantastic UI artist, as well as pushing FileMaker, frankly, to the absolute limits. If you're like, man, can I do that in FileMaker and you don't actually know for sure, the thing is you could probably ask Nick and he will figure it out for you. So today we're doing Create a Data Picker in FileMaker with Nick. Okay, if you'd like to support the channel real fast, feel free to pick up one of our FM Training annual subscription bundles. There are 3 options. One of them, this one over here, includes FileMaker. This one has all of our courses, including the UI course and a couple other stuff. This is just the basics. I think this just includes Pro, Server, and Go as the courses for the annual subscription. If you've bought it, thank you very much. Seriously, it helps keep everything running, and we legitimately appreciate it. If you're like, man, I really like your live streams, but I don't like the conversational format. Some people really like it, some people really don't. These videos are going to be for you. They're very short, they're highly animated, they're very concise. There is no meandering to be had, so feel free to pick up those. With that being said, I think we're probably good. I'm going to hand it over to Nick, because I know that Nick has a lot to cover today. Nick, what are we doing?
Yes, hello everybody. Thank you for joining today. So thank you, Mart, for the introduction as usual. And so what we do today? Okay, today we do the simple thing, a data picker, data picker. Okay, so record picker, something that we always need and we don't know to build. So I'm going to show you what we do. So let me stop sharing my video to get all the bandwidth and share my screen. So what are we doing today? What we do is this. You have a record, right? Like an account like this, right? And let's create a new one. So you have an account and you want to add contacts to that account, So you want to attach a record from another table, and you want to link it to the current table, to the current record, right? So to do that, we have many options to do that. And one is very, very poor, okay? And the other one is the one I'm showing you, okay? So what we want to do is this. We click here, we have all the contacts, we can search, right? We can search. So we have a real list of contacts, and we can select multiple contacts, right? And then we can say add. Okay. So the version is this one. So you have the same, we have the same construction here. So we have this, we have a poll like I have here, and you want to add a contact to this list. The one you're using, right, is this one. So we say in the relationship that you want to add a record in a table, right? And then you have here a pop-up menu with the name, with all the names, so we can do this. I'm showing you the one you do, right? So the one you should know to do. We use a value list, right? And we use this, as a I don't know, we have let's say the first name, right? And then you do this. You add a record like this, right? This is the one you do. But that's okay because I have like, I don't know, 15 names, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I have 15 names here. But what about if you have much more than 15, right? What about you have like this here? You have all of those records, right? Let's say you have all of those, right? See? So that means if I use the same technique, right? So that means you have a field like this, right? And you have a pop-up menu, and then you have contact name. I don't know if that's valid, yeah. And then you do this. So you have this. Actually, I think I need to make it browsable. So you click here and you have this. So how you can select somebody from this list, you know, it's not the right way to do that, right? So obviously it's not. Okay. So I don't want to destroy my. Okay. So what we do this, right? So we have this technique, we select, and then we add. Okay. So how we build this? Okay. So very simple. So let's undo this. So how we do? First, we need to build a car style window. So how we build a car style window? We create a new layout, right? It's a form layout based on the contact table. So I mean, I'm going to build a layout that goes to the contact table, and that is contact picker, right? And it's a card because that will be a card style window. What we call a card style window is this. This is a window we call card style, right? So that's what we want to build. So we have no top. We just have actually here, yeah, because this will be a list. So we want to build a list, right? So we want to build a list like this, right? So this is a list. So we have the body. We can add on the path setup. We can add top navigation. I should have removed it, and we can add a footer or bottom navigation if we okay. So we have this, right? So we put that a little bit bigger, and we have the body. This will be a list view, okay? So it's a list view, right? So we make this layout as a list view automatically. See, this is where you go. You click here, you go views. It's not a form view, it's a list view. You remove this one, and then you say list here, okay? So that now will be a list view, okay? So we have a list, and then we have field. So I am in a contact table, right? And I have field here, right? So I can drag without labels the first name, can make it smaller. The last name, make smaller. And we can add the state maybe, right? And we can add the job, for example, right? Let's say I add this. I'll resize this here. And this is my contacts. So I put this centered just to make it pretty. Make it 15. This is my contacts. Okay. So I have my nice list view here, so I can show you. This is a list view, right? It's a list view. When I have this list view here, I can remove the active row state. I don't want the active, the active row state is this blue background. I don't want this to happen. So I remove this, right? And I make those fields not browsable because I don't want to unexpectedly, change data. So here, right? And also what we can do, we can remove this delineate field on current records, right? So That means you have the white background here only on the active record. I can remove this. Now we have this, right? Of course, it doesn't look good, okay? I can make those, put that on the side, transparent, right? I can even remove the border. And I'm putting a separation. I like to use a line on the separation instead of using the body line. So let me explain. I like this instead of using the body and put a line here on the bottom, right? This is what it looks like, right? I prefer this option. Add a line, right? And like this. Okay. So I prefer because it doesn't look like it doesn't go until the end. So you have a nice looking view list, right? I can even make that a little bit like this, right? So it looks lighter than having those bars like this, right? So now that I have this, I have my car style window, right? So how this will appear in this layout, if I remove this and I put a button here and I say add contacts, right? And I say, this is a new window, right? It's a card. And I say, go to my layout contact picker card. So here, I want to show you something here. That's what will happen with this card style window stuff. So of course, I like to make that pretty. So I can add a plus sign and make it blue because I like the blue. Okay. So now I have an add contact, button. And when I open my car style, this is what happened, right? It happened this. So when you are in list, when you are in the car style, right? You need to adapt the size only on list view. Okay, when you're in list view, you need to adapt the size of the list. Otherwise, it appears like this. It appears the size, right, of one row, pretty much. Okay. So you need to increase this automatically. So car style window has the ability to say, okay, this is the width of the layouts, right? So automatically it knows the width of the layout. So let's check this. It's 710. So the layout is 710, right? So the script step is smart enough to say, okay, yeah, I know it's 710. I can increase it if I want, but by default, you have the minimum size. I mean, by default, it comes with the width of the layouts. But because we are in a list view, the body is 30 of 8, right? So that's why it comes like this weird number here on the 8, though the problem is on the 8, right? So we can increase this manually and say, okay, I want the 8 to be 450 pixel or points, whatever you want to call it. So now my car style look better, right? Right? It looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it looks better. Not, it doesn't look good, but it looks better.
It is improved.
So it's improved. You can you can make it bigger if you want, right? Right? So it's bigger. But I have a better way to do the 8 on the list. You say, okay, I want to get the window content, the window content height, window content height, and you remove 150 pixel. So what will do? What that do? Okay. So let's say this get content height without the minus. Okay. That's what we'll do. I have my window, and my cast style go from the top of the window to the bottom of the window.
Ah, okay. So it
It
has a lot of
gets
extra
it
space.
gets so it gets the content width. You get this content 8. You get this number, right? 707. Okay, you get this number, and it makes the new CalStar window that 8, 770. If I make this window smaller, a little bit smaller, like this, for example, the window small, it goes to the bottom to the top. If I do smaller, it goes to the top to the bottom. So you adapt the window automatically by the content width, but it doesn't look good because we don't want that to be glued to the top and the bottom because it doesn't look right. So that's why we say, okay, gets the content, the window content 8, get it, and you remove 150. So what will do, right? It will do this. He removed here and here. So that means what it does, it remove 150 pixel from the height of the window and position the window on the center automatically. You know, if I increase the size of this increase as well. If I put it smaller, if I do small, that will do. So of course, we can do the same for the width. I can do the same for the width. So you say get window content width, and you remove 250. Why? It's because we have wider screen than tall, right? So automatically, the window will be like this. And if I increase the size of this, the window will be like this. Sometimes I don't want the width to be increased. Sometimes I want the width to be increased. But, you know, in that case, what we need to do to remove those space here, we go here and we play a little bit with their, you know,
Alignment? Yeah.
with their ankles. So we put that, we get this one go to the left and this one increase in size. And this one I position center. That means it will move like this automatically. So I center everything. And now the window will look like this. Contact is centered, right? And this, but also I can do this. Boom. So now the line goes from here to here automatically. So if I close this, make it smaller, this will happen. But here, the window now is smaller than the layout, so that's why it's doing this. But also the layout here is small. So, but if you get a standard layout like this, you click here, you have no problem. It's not moving, correct? Do we have any question for so far?
I don't see any. Let me know, people, if you have questions. Iovius, Brooks, welcome, Ricardo. People wandering in. I think you're good to keep going.
Okay. So now that we have this window, that's cool because this window is on gets table layer table name. I'm in accounts. Okay. In this window, I'm in the table accounts. But when I open this, I'm in contacts. So this window here is no longer in accounts. I'm directly in contacts, right? I'm in
Oh,
that table.
so would you need a relationship for this or no? Because
No, no, no. Just it's a new window. This is a window. It's a window that opens differently. It's the same as doing this. It's a window. This is a normal window, right? So it's the same as doing this. New window.
Okay, that makes sense. I never thought about that, but that makes perfect sense.
Right? So that's why this layout is on the contact table, but this I said card style card. I can even do this, and now this window appears to be picture in picture, like right. It's a picture in picture. It's like, yeah, you see you have I don't know, one TV program on the background, and you click a new window, and you have a picture in picture. You have another program, right? So that's why. But this is a totally completely window. Proof of it. If I create a script and I say close window, right? And I have a close window scripts. I'm here and I'm saying close window. This script, it closed the window. It is a window. And that's why we say, and that's why we have new window. And within the window, we have the card style. Card, dialog, floating document. Okay, so one day I will do the different, but I have only 1 day for the 1 hour for the
Yeah.
picker. So I want to, maybe if I have some time, I can go but pretty much this is how you build a window. So now you need to know something. If you do this, if you remove the close button, because if I have the close button, if I open this, I have a close button here. I can close it. Close, right? See? I have the cross here, close. I can close the window. But if I remove this, well, you don't have the close window anymore. The button's gone, right? And you cannot close the window as well. You cannot close this.
Oh,
Yep.
so I
So
guess you're just stuck at that point if the engineer hasn't made a way for you to escape.
if you have no way if you have no, so if you're on PC, you're screwed. If you're on Mac, you have a way, right? If you're on PC, you're screwed because you have no access to the menu on PC. You have no access to this. When you have a cast window on Windows, you have no access to the menu that will be on the window on the back. So I have no access to that. Here I have no access whatsoever. So when you're on PC, you're screwed. On Mac, we have the possibility to open the script workspace and run a script that closes the window. Or like I do when I'm in dev mode, I have always on top of my script a script like this where I can say close window on the scripts, right? For that reason, because it happened to me to be stuck. If you're on PC and you are like this, you need to force quit. You have no other way. Okay, so be careful on this. So, let's keep the closed window for now. So now I want to, so that's good. I have a new window. That's cool. But I want now, this was just a single script step for the demo. I'm converting this in script, and I'm going to convert that in the script. This is open contact picker called. Okay, so now I have a script for this. Let's put this here. So I have a script. Okay, so the script, I want the script to do things for me. Okay, so I'm preparing this. I want now to build the selection of records. So I know what you will do normally. You will go on a contact table and build a field, out of field that, and you say select. Okay, so you have a field and you say select a contact, right? And you build a field, right? And then you put this field here. I'm doing quick, right? Select contact, you build the fields, you make this a checkbox, and you add here 1, right? So you have you're very proud of yourself. You have this nice looking checkbox, and you say click, 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 and you select your stuff. But you modify the records. You modify the record.
Oh.
And that means everybody in the network will see that happen, because you modify the record for everybody. Everybody will see that. So for example, you select Alex, and at the same time, I don't want Alex, but you want it, but I want it, but you don't want it, I don't want it, you want it. So so because this will appear to everybody. It's like changing the name of somebody. You modify the records. And obviously, I cannot use a global field, because if I use a global field, this will happen. This will happen. Everybody select the globe. So how we do, I want to select somebody for me only and leave alone everybody on the network, right? So that's why this is not good. Bam, delete this. Go away. No. Instead, right? So I'm going to borrow something from from another field, from another. I'm going to borrow this. So we're going to use, right, a script or something I already demonstrate during the substitutes. Okay, so Marge, if you want to send the substitute
Link
what's
that,
the name?
yeah.
Link to everybody, because we use a substitute for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to explain the substitute. I have a really, really long webinar only on this. So, go refer to this. But I'm going to refresh your mind on this. So, what we do here. So I'm going to borrow also something else from this layout here. I'm on another screen here. So I'm going to borrow something from this layout. I want 2 things from this layout, right? I'm going to borrow this construction and the button. Just the construction, just this. I'm going to borrow just this. It's because it's already built, it looked good, so I don't want to change this. So it's a check mark, right? It's a check mark like this, nice. So that will look like this, okay? So now everything is selected, but I will fix that. So what do we want to do here, right? we want to select and select people. Right? So I have this script already there. So I think I can remove this one. And we use this technique here. We are going to use a variable where we are going to add IDs, correct? So I'm positioning myself in this layout here. And I say, okay, I want, right, in the new contact IDs, I want to add the contact, this one. I'm adding the primary key of the contact record. So I have a if here. So let's start small. Okay, let's start small. Let's save this. I'm setting a global variable. Within this variable, I say, okay, the contact ID is this field, right? And then I'm using the substitute. So, I have a webinar for this. So we're adding a substitute, right? That means I want to be, yeah, but I'm sure I'm starting with the wrong one. Sorry. Let's start with this one instead. So let's remove this one. I'm setting a variable. Okay. Sorry for that. Sorry for the confusion. So, no, this is not the right one.
Do you want the one at the very top with the
yeah,
if
no,
pattern count one?
is this one? Is this one? Okay, here, this one. I'm setting a variable. The name of the variable is new contact IDs, right? And then I'm piling inside this. Remove this for now. I'm piling in this variable. Sorry for the confusion. The ID of the contact. So what this do? Right? So I am telling the variable that I want whatever in the variable already, whatever is there already, and add the current contact ID. So what this does, let's say I have a button here on the back, and I'm performing that script. Okay. So let's put this none, boom. So I want a transparent button, right? And I'm putting this button on the back. So I have a button on the back. This button here is on the back. So what happened when I click on that button? Let's show the data viewer, right? Forget about this one. What happened if I click here? When I click here, that will launch the scripts that do this, the variable. So if I run this, it creates a variable, a global variable with one ID, the ID that I have here, right? B4EC, right? What happens if I click on this one now, right? It runs again the scripts. It get, okay, I'm going to set a variable again. I'm going to set that variable again. And the calculation of the variable says, get me whatever there in this, whatever is already in this, and add the current ID I'm in. Correct? So that will happen. Now I have two ideas.
So
What happens if I continue? I click this, and I click this, and I click this. and I click this, and I click this, what happened? This. I have a list of many IDs, correct? So let's make it to represent this here, okay, the check mark. So see here, I have a global variable with many IDs, actually I have 7. So let's say this object here is an object, right? I want this object, right, to forget about this for now. To say, okay, hide if in my list, so in this, list of values, if I have the current ID of that record, hide the button, okay? So that will happen. Because this ID is part of that list. It's part of that list. So the button here will go there and say, okay, yeah, FAFD is part of it. What happens if I click another one, right? What happens if I click another one here? Boom, is there too. If I click this one, is there too. If I click this one, is there too. So now I have this object here that goes over there and say, okay, hide this object if in that list, this ID is not part of it, not pattern count in the list, the ID. So if this ID is not part of this list, hide the object. Correct? We have any questions?
No, not at the moment. Some of our Windows users noted that now if you know the script workplace shortcut, Control-Shift-S, you can actually escape in Windows, even if you have been stuck in a card style window. So, but other than that, I think people are following along. I've been following along. If anyone else is like, "Oh, I'm lost here," please let me know.
I'm not.
You're not doing anything super complicated. It's interesting.
Yeah.
And
yeah. I'm not a Windows user, so I'm not. But I know that
user either. We just we have, I would say about half of our user base is Windows, I think.
Yes. Okay, so now that I have this, we have a complication. I want to, because I click that cool, but I want to remove. I want to be able to click and remove. I want to be able to do this. I want to be able to do this because, I want to be able to click and then click. Click.
This is where it gets complicated.
This is, I want to be able to do this, right? Okay. So what I need to do, I need to extract from that list the current ID. So how we do that, okay? And this is where I have this. So this here, this variable, I build it. So this is when I'm adding. And this is when I'm going to remove. So how I know what to do, how I know to add or remove, you have an if here. Well, if the current ID is part of the list, right? Pattern count, that means I have this ID in the list. That means I want to remove it. If I clicked on the script and the ID is already there, that means I want to remove. Else, that means it's not there. Okay, I want to add it. So this add, this add record, right? To list. Oops. And this remove record from list. Okay. So how to remove? And this is where we have the substitute coming over. So forget about the double substitute. I explained that why, but in the other substitute. So I'm defining that calculation saying, okay, I want to get the ID. I'm getting the ID. The contact ID is this field, okay? And then I said, okay, you substitute from the list, right? And then I go to the other webinar, I explain that, right? Then you know, right? But pretty much this is what I want to do to make it simple, okay? I have a list, right? I have 1, 2, and 3 from the list, correct? 1, 2, 3. What I want to do, I want to substitute from my list. I want to remove 2 and replace by nothing. Or I want to remove 3 from my list. Or I want to remove 1 from my list. 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. This is what substitute do. I substitute 3 from the 1, 2, 3 list. I'm substituting 3 with nothing, But here we deal with this type of IDs, right? So it's the same, right? It's the same of doing this. So the substitutes now is going to extract from the list, right? But this magic here will avoid the gap, like I show you this. It will avoid this. So if I get this calc, and I'm going there, and I click plus, and instead of doing this, I'm doing my list of 1, 2, and 3, right? And I said I want to remove 2, 2, 2. It removes the 2 without a gap. If I say remove the 3, 3, 3, it removes the 3 and I don't have an extra record. If I say 1, 1, 1, it removes the 1 without the blank. That, if I don't have this and I just do this, if I just do this, right? This is what I have. I have the blank space here. I don't want that. Okay. So this is what the magic is. This is magic is doing this, right? So go to the other webinar and you will learn about this. Okay. So now, if I go there and I get this and I put that on my script, so I'm pasting this on my test scripts, here what happened. Right? So I can.
There it is.
So I can remove, add, remove, right? So it works because now he said, okay, I click here, say, okay, is it part of it? No, it's not part of it. Okay, so I'm adding. If I click again, he say, yes, it's part of it. Okay, remove it. Correct?
Yep.
Simple. So now we have another problem to tackle with this, is the hidden states. When you use the hidden state, that will be part of the next webinar. I have a webinar about this, but I can talk about that. When you use variable in a hidden state, you need to refresh the objects. You need to refresh the object. Okay. Don't refresh the window. You can refresh only the object.
Why do you need to refresh the object?
Because otherwise, if you click, nothing happens.
Oh.
you need to refresh. because hidden state on variable doesn't have any validation state. You don't have a validation state like you will have on the fields. When you click on a field, when you modify a field, you have a validation state. So that means you have a built-in refresh, let's say. Okay, but here we don't. So we need to refresh the objects. So that easy. I want to refresh that object. So that object, actually that I'm carrying this. Okay. So I have this. I just say at the end, just refresh the object. And you name it. You put that at the end. So now it works. See? It works. So you have this magic here, and then you refresh the object. Correct?
Got it. That makes sense.
So do we have any questions so far?
We do actually.
Okay, cool.
I have a simpler situation where users should only be allowed to select one contact from the list. How would I restrict the checkboxing to one selection?
First of all, if you have one, you don't need the checkbox. Just what you need, it's the... I will tackle that later. Okay. I will do that, okay? Yeah. No, I prefer to do that after in an extra, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, yeah, I'll show you. It's very simple, by the way. So now I have this, okay? I have this situation where, I have my list of IDs. But now so let's say I have this contact here. I have a new contact. I have a new account, test 1. And I want to add contact to that, So I want to add contact to that list. And the contact here, I have the foreign key of the account. So pretty much what I want to do here, so let's go and put the name back here. Where's the name? First. Okay. So pretty much what I want to do, I can just do this. What I want to, so let's, yeah, because I made it, I cannot browse. So pretty much what I want to do is this. I want to add this guy to that ID. So I want to do this. I want to select those. I want on only the one that I have selected here. I want to do this, and this. That's what I want to do, right? I selected those guys and I want to make them here, right? That's what I want to do. So I'm making a very simple example on the, on purpose. Okay. So now let me see here. I have my script. So let's go and run this script here. No, it's the no. Sorry. Yeah. So I'm here and I want to clear this because, this was part of my previous selection. So what I want by default, I want the window to open like this, ready for a new selection, right? Correct? So I'm including in the open window, I'll include this. That means this global variable blankets before to open the window. That means if you here and you select this, if you close and reopen it, it's blank, right? So that means, see here, I have something selected. I have those selected. If I close, I have this, but when I click here, boom, it blanks it. I prefer to do that at the opening. Why? Because it helps the debug. For example, when you have complex situation and you have like this, right? You like to keep that, even if you close, you like to keep this to be able to check if everything okay. That for debug purposes. If you have a complex situation, you have this, then you can check what's going on, right? Because you have your selection still, right? So when you click here, boom, it blanks it. It blanks the variable, right? So now I have this, I can select my contacts. But what will be the validation process? So this is open. This is open. This is a select contact in the card. And now I need a new script, validate contacts, scripts, right? So I open the card, open. Here I select, so this one, I have the first script here. I open the contacts. I'm selecting, boom, select, boom, select, boom. And now I want a validation. I want to validate this. I want to make I want to attach the to the validation. I want to attach. So, and I want to do that in one shot, right? So here, how you do. You say, okay, first we need to create, and I need to have a found set, right, of those. Pretty much what I want to do, I want to do this. I want a found set of this. I want a found set of only the selector. So how you do that? I have no checkbox, right? So how I can select those records only? How I can select those records, that 4 records, right? This is how you do. You go to the contact. Remember, we are in the contact, and you create a link. We name it, I name it transfer IDs with an S. It's a global field. That means this field, I put something there. It's available for all, it's for all the records that I'm putting there, and it's also available only for me. It's only available to me on the network. If somebody else do another selection, it will be his selection. This is my selection. And I'm going to use that. I'm in contact here. I'm in contact. I'm going to use, and I call that transfer. Let's call it transfer. So it's a relationship to itself, right? So it's a self join. Self join. This is how we call that. Self join. Why? Because this occurrence and this occurrence point to the same contact table. But I'm using this global field to the contacts, right? So now look what happened if I do this. Validate, and I say, go to related records. And I said, I want to go to this and show only the related records. So this is what happened. I have everybody. I'm selecting Marge, Nick, Scott, and Alex. Correct? I select those 4. What happened if I run the scripts? Oh, yeah, sorry for that. I forgot something. I need to set the fields. So I need to set that field, the link, with the IDs that I have selected. Remember, I have a global I have a global here with those IDs. So I need to take these IDs, right, and put them in the fields, right? So new contact IDs. I think I name it like this, right? New contact IDs.
There's a lowercase s.
Yeah, it wouldn't have make a difference, but it's better to have. So what happens if I click here and select Matt, Nick, Mark, and Alex, okay? And Jean-Luc. So I have 5 people, okay? What happens if I do this? Boom. That means, and if I go in that global field and I look the global fields, what I will see, my IDs. If I do another selection and I select 3 IDs, 3 people, and I do this, I have 3. And if I go to that field, I have 3 people, correct? So now it's very easy to attach those people to that account. I'm getting, when I open this window, I'm gathering the current account ID. What it is the account I'm from, I'm starting from. Is the ID of the account I'm from. So I'm here, I'm in test152FC. If I click here, the script will say, okay, I'm clearing the contact IDs that I have so far, and I'm setting this global variable with the current account ID I'm in, and I'm opening the window. So now here, available to me and only to me, I have the current account ID, which is F52FC, 52FC. So the variable is there, right? This variable is there. Now, okay, what do I do? When I validate this, I say, okay, set the global field I used for the transfer of ID in this relationship to get a found set of the current IDs that are selected when I clicked on the, click like this, right? Right? Then replace the foreign key of the accounts with the current account ID. So that what that will do? Do I have yeah? What that will do? Let's do a recap. I click here, I clear the contact ID, and I get the current ID I'm in, the current account. I open the window, then I have my magic happening, right? And then what happens if I click to, I'm running that script, right? I'm setting the global with those people. I'm getting the found set. And now I replace that, poof. So now automatically those people are attached. Correct?
Yes.
They are attached. So very simple. So at the end, I just say close the current window. That's all what I need to do, right? I click here, right? They are here. But now, before we go, so that's cool because, let's say I have a new, I click a new test 2. I have a new account. And I click contact and I say, okay, I want this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. I run the script. Boom. Now they are attached to that account. Right? automatically.
Yep, that makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah, so that makes sense so far. So just what we need to do, make this and say validate, and this will be a script, and I'll do this validation button here and navigation button. So I will validate stuff here. And I put that like this. Okay. So how this looks. Click here. Select, 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 select. No, I can select more. Validate. Boom. I create a new record. Test free. Contact. Boom, 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 boom. I'm selecting my people. Validate. Boom. They are related to that guy. Okay. Very cool.
It's extremely cool.
Yeah. But now there's a problem.
Okay.
Let's say, okay, so let's say I want to make sure that I'm not selecting twice the same guy because it's already there. So I don't want to be able to select it twice. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So how I'm doing? Okay. So when you open the window, you gather the current contact IDs in a global variable. And what that will do a list of the contacts that I already have here. So what this do? I have contacts here, right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And there's 6
1,
over
2,
there.
3. Yeah, that's 6.
No, you're good.
Okay, so I gather the list of the current ID I have in that relationship. Okay, so if I click here, I have the list. So that means I have the current IDs. I have those. Those people are already there. Correct? So here I have a, that's why I had something like this. And I said, not pattern count here, and not pattern count the current contact IDs. So we have the new contact ID and the current contact ID, and I search for this. So I have two, not pattern count this and not pattern count. So I have two pattern counts here in the hidden state, right? So now, let's say I'm doing this. Those come automatically selected. See?
Got it.
Even if I cannot deselect them. Why? Because they are part of they're selected, but it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. So they come because they're part of that current contact ID list. So they're there, right? That's why I'm using a conditional formatting to make it gray.
That way they know they can't select or deselect it. Got
Yeah, so his icon is gray. Look this.
it. Got
It's there. So I'm showing the icon, this one, I'm showing it as it was selected but it is gray because it's there already. It's there. So it's not done yet. Here, this is there. It's already selected. I don't want to be able to select it again. Right? Correct?
Yep.
So I want to hide the button that I have on the background. I want to hide it if I have in the current IDs, if I have the ID of the contact. That means if this contact is part of the list, I want the button to hide. I don't want to be able to click on that freaking button. Demonstration. For the demo, I did on purpose, I put the hand in order to change cursor to the hand. Then you can see what happened here. Here I have the hand. See, my cursor is the hand. You see that? You see the hand?
Yep.
Okay. Here is not. Here is the hand. This is not. And why? Because the button is hidden. I click, nothing happened. When I click here, it happened. I have the button. But here the button is not there because I already have those people in that list. So let's create a new test. I click here, nobody there. Nobody there. Okay, so I click here. I select two, Marge and Nick, you and I. Validate this. I click here. Marge is there, Nick is there. Okay, so I'm adding Rick. Okay, so now Marge, Rick, Nick is there. I'm adding Felipe. Boom. Marge, Nick, Rick, Felipe. I cannot add it again. Correct?
Yep, that makes sense.
So
We have a question real fast about
yes.
replace. Did putting the people on the second, if you put a people on, like, you put me on this company from the first company, did that delete them from the first company since it's replaced
Yes.
foreign key?
Yes, because we need I thought I had 2 days. Can we do or
We can come
do you
back and do this again if you want. Like, we can what do you want to do? Do you want to continue on? Do you want to?
I can continue. It's not that complicated.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
I've got like another 40 minutes, so
No, it's okay.
I
Yeah,
might be
no,
the
it's
only
okay.
person here at the end of the 40 minutes because people have to go, understandably, but
Yes.
I'll be on the
Okay,
recording.
so let's do the word thing. You want to be able to add the same contact to multiple accounts. Okay. So we need what we call a cross-reference table. I call that cross-reference table, right? And this xref is from contacts, is from, let's say, it's from accounts to contacts. This is what we do. It's a table that do the bridge between account and contacts. I create, and I just need 2 fields. IDF accounts. That's why it will be fast to build. And IDF contact. That's all. Right? That's all what I need. Two fields. Now I'm going to break that. Not this one. I'm going to break this link here. This one. I'm going to break it. And I'm going to put this in between. So this are linked to this, and this are linked to this. It's a cross-reference table. I have a record that will say for this account, this contact. If I have another account, I will have the same contact again. So And it's very simple. Boom, this is broken. And I need to go there and modify my validation script.
Mm-hmm.
It's not there. It's not this anymore. It's not a replace. And I don't need that anymore. Right? I don't need that. Yeah. We don't need that anymore. So actually I can keep this and do another validation.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah. Xref. Validate Xref. Okay. So what this Xref will do? I need to create records. Pretty much what I need to do is this. Look. I have account and contact, so I'm opening this. And I'm opening this. So what I need to do here, I need to say, I'm taking this account and creating records, this account, and I want to put these contacts. Boom, is there. I want to this one, Nick, new record, same accounts. Now I have Marge and Nick. Correct? Now, this is test 4. If I have test 5, and I do the same. So this is my accounts, new record, and I want Marge. New record, and I want Nick. New record, and I want Scott. So on test 5, I have 3 people. On test 4, I have 2 people.
Got it. Okay. So I was about to ask why you needed the X reference table, but now that makes sense. You need it because you need to add multiple records where you have
Yes.
the account and the contact linked.
This will look like this. You will see it better like this.
Is a list view or, oh, right here. Got it.
So I have, for this account, I have 2 records for this account, Marge and Nick. And for this account, the 4FBB,
Mm-hmm.
4FBB, I have 3 people.
Oh,
So now what I need to do, right click, very simple, for the validation of Xref. I have this variable, the new contacts. I have this variable. I need to count how many values I have. So I'm setting a variable and I say value count. How many values I have in that variable. Value counts on this. So that will say that we do this. If I click here and I say 1, 2, and 3, I have 3 people selected. This will return 3. Correct? I have 3 people. Value count. How many values I have in this? I have 1, 2, and 3.
got it.
Okay. So far, so good. Now, I have how many values I have? I'm doing a loop, right? I'm doing
Okay.
a loop. And remember, I also have the current account. So I have the current, okay. I'm saying set variable and I'm doing a counter. What a counter do in a loop, each time you have a loop, right? Each time you have a loop,
It counts up
It
one.
counts one. The first will be none. That means the first will be 0 plus 1. So the first will be 1, then 2, then 3. And then I'm saying another variable, set variable, on the current contact ID singular. And what it is, gets value on my list, the current, the new contact IDs, the new contact IDs in this, where I have my free values. I have free values, and here I'm saying I want the counter. So what this do? Let's say I have free values in this. I have free values, right? Correct?
Yep.
If the counter says 1, this will return the first. It will get the first value, get value on that list. It will get the first. When the loop will go again, this will be 2. It will get this one. When the loop goes again, this will get 3. It will get this one. And because I know how many values I have, I say, so when I have this, when I have this, first, I need to go to the layout where I have the cross-reference, right? I'm in the layout where I have the cross-reference. So I'm going to that layout, right? And then what I'm saying here, new record, set fields.
With the current account ID and then the current.
The current account ID, which is this. I have it. Current account ID. And I'm setting a field, the contact, with this one, the current contact ID. So here I have the current account, and this is I have the current contact. And then I'm saying exit loop when the counter reach the value counts.
Oh, there you go.
When the counter reach 3, if this returns 3 and the counter set 3, that means, okay, you're gone, you're done. Stop it. Otherwise, it will keep going. Right?
Yep.
So when you do this, then you close the window.
Do you still need to do the refresh or no?
No. And this, what I suggest you do a freeze window because you don't want to see all this happening. So now, let's close this. Let's go to that layout. So I have 2 validation, but oh, it's opening another window. Yeah. I'm changing this script to the validate xref. Right? And of course, remember, now, so I have those 3 people, right? Add Marge, Nick, Scott. They are here. So I cannot select them again, but I can say Nick, Rick, Mark, Felipe, Alex. I validate, boom, they're here. But if I create a new account, I can select them again. And here I have Alex. Alex is there. I cannot select it again. But here, Alex is not there. I can select it again. Right? So now, if I look my cross-reference table, I have much more people.
All the records you've made. Got it.
So if I add somebody else, here, look what happened. Boom, I'm adding 3 people more. Now, if you want to remove somebody, it's very simple. Right? So here, we need to change this, okay? Because the total is going directly to this one, which is okay because I'm here and I'm going to this one, but it's not really cool. The best way is to say this. Show me the cross-reference table and get those from the contacts. So it's the same, but instead of jumping directly to the, so this is part of the relationship, or, that will be part of the relationship. Yeah, because you can say, FileMaker is smart enough to say, from here to here directly. That works. Look, proof of it, right? So this portal here, this portal points to the contact table, and these fields point to the contact table. That works, right? But there's a problem. How I'm deleting something here, I don't want to delete the contacts. I want to delete this. That means if I want to remove Jordi, I want to remove this record here.
The record in the cross-reference table. Okay.
I mean, I don't remember which one I removed. See? If I remove this guy here, gone. I want to, but I don't want to remove the contacts, because if I go there and I put a button which deletes this, if I delete portal row here, let's do this. If I have a button here to delete the portal row, look what happened. So let me add a test contact. Okay, let me add a test contact. I'm adding a test contact. I'm adding this contact to here. If I remove this, it will remove the contact, not the cross-reference table. If I do this, it removes this. That means your contact is gone. It's not what I want.
No, that's bad.
Yeah. Okay. So what I want, I still want to use the delete portal row, but instead of jumping directly from here to here, I say, hold on. Go there first. Make the portal to see the record from, the portal to see the record. And those fields to still go to contacts. So the portal, that works. It's part of the contact. Let's say, if, March here, if I change this to Michigan, I change the contact because this is going there. But the portal, so now let's say I'm adding this guy here. I'm adding this guy here, right? Look what happened. So here I have 16 records here, right?
Yes.
This is test. If I delete test from here, look what happened here, right? Test is there. This is gone. Oh, this is what I need to show. Okay, let's add test again.
Mm-hmm.
I have 18 records here. Test is here. Okay, if I delete this, I have 17 records here. Test is gone, but it's still there.
Got it.
Because the delete portal row said, okay, I delete the portal row from here.
Okay, so because the portal is based in the cross-reference table, things like deleting or adding records will automatically go to the cross-reference table and not the contacts table, even though you're showing information from contacts, correct?
Yes. So that means the fields go to contacts, but the portal shows record from cross-reference. So I am here, the portal shows those records, but I'm showing the field from this. On the previous construction, doing this, which is perfectly fine, by the way. But here I say, okay, go there from here, showing the record from here. Okay, so it jumps to this
Ah, got
directly. But if you say delete portal row, it will delete the record from here, not from here. And I don't want that. I want to delete the record from that table.
got it.
That's why you need to do this. I know there's a lot to digest here. Okay, so but I'm going to get that example right for the next one. So we have the hidden state will be good for that because I will do a hidden state, and then we have these 3 days of the relationships.
Yeah, I'll have questions for you on that one because I mostly
Yes,
understood everything you did today, but I didn't quite get how the GTRR worked, but I figure that's better for an advanced relationships discussion.
yes, all of this will be in the advanced relationship discussion. I will. This is what I'm going to cover. The hidden state as well. I'm going to cover all of this. The hidden states, you will be surprised about I really encourage you to watch that webinar because I'm going to show my latest
Your latest
discoveries.
tricks?
Yeah, my latest discoveries. So yeah, I improved this because I heavily used the hidden states. Or heavily use this. And the problem of the hidden state is that you can screw your layout performance very quickly,
Yeah,
right?
that's not great. Uh,
So who in the audience has experienced this?
let me know. I do have some questions actually about this real fast.
Yes.
You're good to take them.
Mhm. Mhm.
Why is there an extra portal row when pulling records from the cross-reference table?
Oh, yeah, this is what I want to do. Is because I might have a low. I didn't see any. That's funny because I don't see any a
You're
low.
not allowing any creation, which is usually what
No,
happens there.
no, that's why I'm surprised.
Is there an empty contacts record for some reason?
No, that's funny.
Because if you go, huh?
Yeah, maybe it was one. Yeah, maybe I have a. Um, let's see if he deletes a record here. Yeah, he deletes a record. So maybe I had a blank record.
You had a blank
Oh, yeah,
somewhere.
yeah. I know why. I I delete the test and I create it again.
Oh, right. You deleted the
Yeah,
contact, but
yeah,
the
yeah.
X
I delete
reference
the
table
contact, but
still
not the
exists.
extract. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Uh, cool. Other question. Uh,
So of course, something I want to show you,
yes.
right? Let's say I have Alex I have Alex here. I have Alex here, and I have Alex here. I have Alex in many, many, right? And let's say uh, you want to delete Alex from all the accounts if you delete the contacts. So you go to the relationship and you say, okay, if you delete the contacts, delete the related records here. So if I delete Alex here, I delete the contacts. I say, okay, this contact, I don't deal with it. Is no longer a friend of mine. Boom. Alex gone
Oh, so it'll get rid of
from
all the orphaned records.
all the accounts. And that's cool. And of course, you do also the same if you delete the accounts. But you go there and you say delete the related records. If you delete an account, delete the cross-reference. If you delete a contact, delete the cross-reference. Otherwise, you will have this cross-reference table will be full of junk, right? So if I delete that contact, look what happened here. If I delete that account, all of those people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here I will have 11 records, correct? Delete, boom, 11. They're gone. If I delete this one, boom, they're gone.
We have two people asking kind of the same question, which I
Yes,
believe you could create records in the X reference table with allow creation of related records, question mark. Basically,
yes, but
why aren't you using that?
yeah, exactly. So, it's you can, but if you want to use the old technique like I show you with with the pop-up menu, but you can, of course, you can. If you say this, right, and you say allow creation, so now you can create something here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the you need to know something here, you know, this add record in a poll, that a very, very FileMaker-ish way of doing things. That means there's no other software in the universe that use this, that use this metaphor, that use this paradigm. This one, this looks much better, right? Because if somebody is there already very easily. Imagine that if you have this, value list, imagine that you have this value list, the pop-up, and you want to exclude from the value list somebody that's already there. Good luck.
That's not
Good
going
luck.
to happen.
No, good luck. Good luck with this value list stuff, and you need to go there and say no with the this is clear. It's not there, and you don't. And this is cool because you can have, when you have a lot of people like this,
Mm-hmm.
right? When you have a lot of people like this, you can say, okay, Rick, boom, Nick, boom.
Yes.
You can search when you have a lot of people in this, and you can create. You can add something here. You say, okay, oh, he's not there. Okay, create. Right?
There you go.
Yeah. So
real fast about that.
yes.
People are asking where the version you made is very nice. People are asking where your super pretty version is. I believe. Can they find that?
That the UI, UI UX design.
Mm-hmm.
UI UX design. You have it.
I that's somewhere. We have that swooping around somewhere. I will.
Yeah, you have it. You have somewhere. Yeah, UI UX design. That was something I did last year, and but this is simpler, so you can start. If you don't care about it's simpler, so you have the single.
You can read through and see what's happening. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't have the time, but if you want to do, for the single record,
yes,
add the single record, don't do the loop. That's it.
Just remove the loop. Okay.
You just set the variable and set a new record, set the field with the current account and the current contact, and and that's it. You have one record. Boom. Don't do the
Probably have to let them know they can only pick one record in some sort of way, though, right? Otherwise, they just click multiple.
Yeah, that's why sometimes I can reuse the same list, and I have single and multiple. I have the same list, and I can say, okay, sometimes I want one only click or multiple. So I'm hiding and showing which button I need. There's two buttons here. There's one button here and another one here.
Got
right?
it.
So I'm hiding one and showing another one, depending on what I want the speaker to do. Because the advantage is you can call that window from anywhere. You can call this from anywhere in the system.
Yeah, because it's a card window and it's its own layout. That makes
sense.
Exactly.
It has its own context and stuff like this.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the beauty. So sometimes you want to add multiple, sometimes you want to add one only. So it depends on what you want to do.
Okay, that's awesome. Do you want to send me that file real quick?
Yeah,
Nick,
of course.
so I can put it up.
Sure.
And actually, I'll let streams. You are free to vacate, but before I forget about it.
No, sure. I'm going to send that. And so the speed was good, right?
No, people have said this is actually like one of your best sessions ever. And I found it enormously helpful because you know me, I'm like roughly intermediate level, and I could pretty much follow on with like 90% of what you were doing. So I really like.
So that's why that's why we had a discussion with the boss, and so I'm trying to go down a little bit, right, to load up. But
well, I
unfortunately,
appreciate you explaining why things don't work. Because my first thought is like, oh, why are you doing it this way? This way is really cool, but it seems really complicated. Why are you doing it? And the way that you constructed this is why you can't do it this way. This is really simple, but you definitely can't do it this way. It helped a lot from my understanding. And I think I got the impression from people talking that they had the same vibe. So
Okay, cool. So that's great. So yeah, I'm going to send you the the file right now, and
yes,
so
please.
it will be good to go. Yeah. So where's my here? I'm sending to you or Rick?
Toss it to me. So
Okay. So you have it. It's
there
there.
we go. Cool.
Okay. So next week will be interesting. Next week with the hidden state. I can't wait to study it.
The hidden state will be fun.
Yeah, it will be very fun because it's I'm using that the first time I used this, it was when I create a starter solution that no longer there, and it was like a disaster totally, an abomination because I wanted to use that so much, right?
Hmm.
That I was creating a new record on with the file on the disk, local, not on server, local. I clicked new record and I had to wait like 5 minutes before the record got.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, because I didn't know how that was working. So I'm going to take that example. I'm going to get that starter solution that I still have, and I'm going to use it, and I'm going to show you why. Right? You can
That'll be.
how you can screw your performance and how you can avoid it and how you can make it simple and stuff like this. So I'm going to show you that.
That makes perfect sense. That'll be fun too.
Yes, hopefully.
Awesome. People are saying this is awesome. They really enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Nick. We will see you
Thank
next
you.
week. Have a good week.
Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.
No.